Hey there, I'm meteorologist Mackenzie Bart breaking in for a tornado warning. This is for Carroll, Harrison, and Tuscarawas County. This was issued just a few minutes ago and is expected to expire right around 7 o'clock tonight. So if you are in those counties, you definitely want to be in your safe space. Safe space. So we did have a train spotter just south of New Philadelphia a little bit ago talk about the possibility of a funnel cloud within the area. So there are reports of a little bit of some rotation. At least they're seeing that via radar. This is now starting to move more into eastern Tuscarawas County, a little bit more into Carroll County, and then even Harrison County, the northwestern edge of that. So if you are in Leesville, Bowerston, even just to the east of Mill, you want to make sure that you are in your safe space, whether that be the basement or the inner portion of your home, for example, like a bathroom or a closet that is in the center of your living space. So again, this will last until about 7 o'clock tonight. We are picking up on, let's see if we can see any rotation with this. It looks like we are seeing some broad rotation that would just be to the west of Leesville. So that is where we possibly could be seeing that funnel cloud that continues to inch along. We haven't gotten any confirmation from the National Weather Service about the touchdown of a tornado. We'll let you know if that does happen. But again, this is just the report of that we're picking up on this on radar. And for safekeeping, you want to make sure that you are in that safe space. Again, it seems like we're seeing the rotation now move out of Tuscarawas County and more into Carroll County, the very southern end of that, a little bit closer to Leesville. This would be moving into Bowerston next. That would be the next area where we could see a little bit of that rotation inching into. Beyond that, we're also seeing some hail, also damaging wind gust. We've seen this pretty much all evening long, wind gust upwards of 60 miles per hour contained in that. Haven't really seen too much severe weather across the area beyond this tornado warning, and we had one earlier for Ottawa County. But again, we do have the potential for a few of these storms to be on the stronger side. Let me get back to our radar. I'll put a little bit of a view on this tracker so you can see exactly where that is heading. Again, it seems like we're seeing the worst of the weather just to the west of Leesville. So if we put a tracker on that, it's moving east right around 30 miles per hour. So right now, Leesville would be there right around 7 o'clock, and then New Hagerstown just after 7:05. So if you know anyone in the area, I know this is a busy time to have the barbecues, the picnics, maybe taking the kids to the park. It is time to make sure you are getting into a safe place that you could do that away from any windows or any exterior sides of the building. Latest update of the radar, we're continuing to see that inch along. Let's see if we have any hail embedded in this, and yeah, it does seem like we have some rather large hail. That's going to be right along 212 just south of Sherrodsville. I believe that's pronounced, north of Leesville. So that's where we're looking in particular for the area of the worst of the weather. Again, this is inching along a little bit more into southern Carroll County is where we're seeing the worst of this storm. Let's get another look back at velocity. So we use this product to see exactly where the winds are shifting, and if we do see the winds moving in kind of that counterclockwise rotation, that's when we get the spin-ups of these tornado warnings, and it seems like that has fizzled out some. We're kind of on the cusp of radar here. As you can see, let me get the arrow on. We are using Pittsburgh radar, so this radar right here, and we're kind of at the stretch end of that radar beam, so it tends to get a little bit fuzzy, but it does seem like we are seeing more broad rotation. From the National Weather Service, they are saying a funnel cloud is still spotted in Harrison County near the intersection of Route 151 and Route 212 near Bowerston, Ohio. So that would be right here where they are seeing that funnel cloud within the area. So if you're in Leesville or even Bowerstown, that's where they're seeing the possibility of a funnel cloud. Again, that doesn't mean that anything is touching the ground. That just means that we are seeing some rotation via our radar, and there is the possibility of a tornado, or at least that tornadic activity. So if you're within this region, again, this is set to expire at 7 o'clock. Tornado warning for parts of Tuscarawas County, Carroll County, and then even Harrison County, the northern end of that. Just to give you a better perspective, we're starting, they said they're seeing the rotation at Route 151 near Route 212. I know a lot of other folks are hopping on here, probably from other areas across northeast Ohio. So just want to broaden out our radar to show you the rest of the region. Generally quiet beyond a severe thunderstorm warning that is still ongoing, has been extended until 7:15. This is for the islands here, so Put-in Bay, including Kelly's Island, even parts of Port Clinton included in that. That'll last until about 7:15. And that's for the potential for damaging winds. Not seeing any tornadic activity with that, but the potential for some hail, very gusty winds. And this is such a big holiday to be up at the island. So if you know anybody up that way, very important to give them a heads up. It's definitely time to be inside. It seems like Put-in Bay, you're just about done with the worst of it, with a lot of the heavier rain moving into Kelly's Island. This will continue moving off to the east. So skirting even deeper into Lake Erie. All right, we're getting an update from the National Weather Service. Let me see what they're saying. Okay, it looks like they are taking Tuscarawas County out of the tornado warning. So that's just including Carroll, Harrison, and Jefferson, Ohio, until 7:30. So let's head back down that way. Yep, so this is continuing to move off to the east. So again, seeing that it looks like they're going to wait until that expires at 7 o'clock here for Tuscarawas County, as we're seeing the system continue to move off to the east. So they're reissuing a new tornado warning for Carroll and Harrison and Jefferson, just to show that this system is moving out. So folks in Tuscarawas County, if you can hear me, my folks in Tuscarawas County, you are just about done. Still saying that safe place for the next 5 minutes or so, but heads up, you're just about done with the worst of the weather. It has moved out of New Philadelphia. It has moved out of Mill. We're now seeing it move past Sherrodsville. Leesville still seeing the worst of the weather, and so is Bowerston right now. I'll put a little track on this for you guys, but again, Tuscarawas County, you're just about done with that tornado warning. Just a few more minutes. For Carroll, parts of Jefferson, and even Harrison, you're expected to see that until 7:30. Putting a track on this, again, this will continue moving off to the east, right around 30 miles per hour. So if we stretch this out, it'll be a little bit closer towards Geronimo at 7:21, Amsterdam at 7:24, and Annapolis at 7:31. This is moving directly off to the east. And again, we are not seeing any indication of a tornado on the ground. This is radar indicated, but there is a thunderstorm within the vicinity that is possible of producing tornadic activity. All right, let's get that off of there. We'll zoom in to see where we are seeing the worst of the weather. Again, a lot of hail, a lot of rain, and some lightning within this system right here. And we're mainly watching out for this area between Leesville and even Bowerston. It seems like Autumn Road Southwest, if you know where that is, it is between that area. And again, this will continue moving off to the east where we do have rotation spotted. Let's take another look at that. It does seem like this is very broad, which we like to see, which is good news. Um, when we say broad, meaning it's hard to pick up those reds and those greens right next to each other. When those are close together, that means we have tight rotation in a system, and means that that storm is getting even stronger and stronger. When it's hard to pick up on that, that means that that system is weakening. All right, reading a couple more updates. The National Weather Service says Harrison County, a funnel cloud was spotted near Bowerston, the intersection of 151 and 212. So right around here is where they spotted that funnel cloud. That was just about a minute ago or so. I'll point this out for you guys. So right around here, that's where we are, where that funnel cloud was spotted. This will continue moving off to the east. So Connaughton, I believe, I'm probably saying that wrong. You are next kind of in that line to see some of the stronger weather. So you should definitely be in that safe space in the center of your home, the basement. If you live in if you're outside, if you have the kids at the park, it's time to get inside. Definitely get into a place where you are getting away from any type of exterior walls. All right, we can put that tornado warning back on here. Again, we'll stay on for another 2 minutes until that tornado warning for Tuscarawas County does expire. Let's take another look across the area. Do have a lot of action moving out of Worcester area and even into Clark, Ripley, Beach City, about to see some heavier showers and storms. These are not severe. We don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings for those. If we get closer to central Ohio, definitely seeing some greater thunderstorm potential. Folks in Worcester and even Milton, just a few showers, maybe possibility of a rumble of thunder. The closer you get to the lake, the quieter the weather has been. Except for folks in the islands, we have seen the severe thunderstorm warning that has been continued. This will last another 15 minutes, but it does seem like a bulk of the system is moving off to the east. It is this right here where they have some of that hail core that is embedded in that continues to move off to the lake. There are a few thunderstorms a little bit closer to Port Clinton. Again, these are moving off to the north and east. So if you're in the Port Clinton area, Bayview, even down towards Fremont, seeing some showers and some storms, and those will continue to move off to the north and east here throughout the next few hours. But you are not in that severe thunderstorm warning. That is mainly for the islands, Catawba Island, Put-in-Bay, and even Kelly's Island. Again, that's expected to expire in about 15 minutes or so. Let's take it down to that tornado warning again. This is for Tuscarawas County, Harrison, and Carroll County. That is expected to expire here any minute now, and it just expired. For folks in Harrison, Jefferson, even the southern end of Carroll County, this tornado warning is going to continue for the next 30 minutes or so as this pushes off to the east. We will keep an eye on this system. Hold on one second. Let me reading some more information here. All right. Again, we're kind of going to be looking into this notch here. It does seem like the worst is probably now moving out of Leesville, right around 164. So we'll continue to keep an eye out on that. Again, if you're in the area of Carroll, Harrison, and Jefferson, you still need to be in that safe space until 7:30. We'll keep you updated on the forecast, and we'll break in if there are any other warnings that we have in our area. You can always find that latest forecast too at fox8.com underneath the forecast discussion. Thank you for joining. Stay safe. And again, that tornado warning, again, moving east, southern Carroll County, moving into parts of Jefferson County. So keep an eye out for that.